Hello everyone, I'm back with the next part of Geography Lesson 5 Water. Let's get started with the chapter.
So now let's start with the waves. What are waves basically? When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternatively, they are called waves. As for an instance, have you seen the beaches? If you are going to just throw a ball on it, hmm, in the ocean, if you are going to just throw a ball, it's very amazed to see that how ball gets washed back to the seashore with the help of waves. Now the question arises over here is how the waves are formed. So the stronger will be the wind blows, the bigger will be the wave become. Okay, so it's basically waves are depend upon the winds, the frequency of the winds. The highest will be the wind, then the bigger will be the wave. Okay, during a storm means tufan. Wind blows at a very high speed from huge waves. This may cause very destruction. Now, which is also called as tsunami. Do you know what is the meaning of tsunami? Tsunami means when an earthquake or a volcano eruption or underwater landslides can shift large amount of ocean water, that is result into a high tidal waves called tsunami that may be high as 15 meter. The largest tsunami, if we are going to talk about India, the tsunami caused in 2004 was widely spread damage in the coastal area of India, due to which the Indra point in Andaman and Nicobar Island got submerged after tsunami. So, tsunami, you should know, tsunami is a Japanese word that means harbor waves, as the harbors get destroyed whenever there is a tsunami in Japan. So, you can see over here there is a column by the name Tsunami, the Earth Pandemonium.
Now we are going to talk about the tsunami, the earth pandemonium. Tsunami or the harbor was struck havoc in the Indian Ocean on 26th of December in 2000, where the wave was the result of the earthquake that had its epicenter or focus point close to the western boundaries of Sumatra. As the Indian plate went under the Burma plate, and it was about 9.0 on Richter scale. There was a sudden movement of the sea, due to which the floor causing earthquake. The ocean floor was displaced by about 10 to 20 meters and tilted downwards direction. Now, due to this, a huge mass of ocean water flowed to fill in the gap that was being created by the displacement. As we have learned, this marked the withdrawal of the water mass from the coastline of the landmass in the South and Southeast Asia. And after this thrusting of Indian plates below the Burma plates, the water masses rushed back towards the coastline, due to which the tsunami traveled at a speed of about 800 kilometers per hour, comparable to speed of commercial aircraft, and completely washed away some of the island in the Indian Ocean. As you can see in the picture also, this image has been given below this. You can see over here also the Indra port in the Andaman and Nicobar Island that mark the southernmost point of India got completely submerged due to this. As the wave means lahare, moved from earthquake epicenter from Sumatra towards the Andaman Island and Sri Lanka, the wavelength decreased with decreasing depth. In India, the Worst affected were the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, and the Andaman and Nicobar Island. While the earthquake cannot be predicted in advance, it is possible to give a 3-hour notice of a potential tsunami. Such early warning systems are being regularly given in a place across the Pacific Ocean but not in the Indian Ocean. Tsunamis are the rare in Indian Ocean as the seismic activity is less as compared to the Pacific, due to which it's not possible to give the notice. The tsunami that has been prevailed in the South and the Southeast Asia coast in December 2004 is the most devastating tsunami in the last several hundred years. The large damage caused due to this was to the life and the property of the people and was primarily a result of lack of monitoring and early warning system and knowledge among the coast dwellers of Indian Ocean. Do you know the first indication that tsunami is approaching is the rapid withdrawal of water from the coastal region, followed by the destructive wave? When this happened on the coast, instead of people going to high ground, they started assembling at the coast to view the miracle that it should not be done by the people. As a result, there was a large casualty of curious onlookers when the magnetic wave tsunami struck because they gather over one place. Now we are going to talk about the tide. What is tide? Jwar in Hindi. The rhythmic rise and falls of ocean water twice a day is called a tide in simple words. It is called as high tide when the water covers much of the shore by rising to its higher level, and it is called as low tide when the water falls to its lowest level from the shore. Do you know the strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface cause the tides? Do you know the reason behind it? Because the water of the earth closer to the moon gets pulled under the influence of the moon gravitational force and cause high tide. So there is a very big connection between the gravitational force and tide. We are going to take some examples also. During the full moon and the new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line. We all know about this, and the tides are highest. So, this thing you should make always remember that during this time the tides are on highest phase. These tides are called spring tides. But when the moon is in first and the last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by the gravitational pull of sun and the moon, resulting in low tide. These tides are called neap tides. High tides help in navigation. They raise the water level close to the shore. This helps the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. As the raised water level close to the shores help the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. The high tides also help in fishing as well. Many more fish come to the closer during the high tide. This enables fishermen to get a plentiful catch. By this process, the rise and fall of water due to tide is being used also to generate electricity in some places. This is all about the tide. Now we are going to move further to the next topic, that is ocean current. That is the last topic. What are ocean currents? Ocean currents are basically the streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in definite direction. Ocean currents are basically of two types, that is the warm current and cold current. Generally, the warm currents originate near the equator line and move towards the pole. It's their tendency to originate near the equator as they move towards the pole. And the cold current carries water from the polar region and they move towards the equator line. The example of cold current is Labrador Ocean, and Gulf Stream is an example of warm current ocean. The warm current brings warm temperature over land surface, and the area where the warm and cold current meets provide the best fishing ground to the world. The best examples are of the seas around the Japan and eastern coast of North America, and the areas where uh, warm and cold current meets also experience a very foggy weather, due to which it's make it very difficult for each and everyone for the navigation. So this is all about the chapter. Thank you so much. If you like my videos, just share it. Thank you so much.